Good morning. I hope you're well. It's a week until Christmas now. Feeling festive, Christmas jumpers on, and it's going to be a great end to what's been a really challenging year. Not many of us would use the word peace to describe this year. We may use words to describe 2020 like anxiety, or maybe stress, or maybe fear. In this world we define peace as the absence of trouble often. We view peace as the opposite of war, the opposite of unrest, the opposite of uncertainty. But in the Bible, Jesus described peace differently. He spoke of a peace that isn't dependent on our circumstances, a peace that the world can't give or take away from us. If you think back to the story of the birth of Jesus, we sing Christmas carols about peace on earth, just like the angel chorus sang as they told the shepherds of Jesus' birth. But Jesus wasn't born into a peaceful world. At the time when Herod, the ruler of Judea, learned about the birth of the Messiah, he sought to kill Jesus in order to protect his own kingdom. We read that in Matthew chapter 2. You see, Jesus' birth didn't signify that from now on everything on earth would be peaceful. But Jesus' coming from heaven to earth did signify that his peace is accessible right in the midst of our circumstances, whatever's going on. And in John 14, Jesus predicted his death on the cross. And in the same conversation, he promised his disciples peace. And if you think about the disciples who had left everything to follow Jesus, they didn't understand the message. They couldn't get their heads around it. You see, those who followed Jesus, they thought that he'd come to overthrow the government of the time, to end oppression, the oppression that they were in, and to set up a new order. So can you imagine how they must have felt when instead of rising to power, Jesus was sentenced to death? And just when they'd lost all hope, Jesus came back to life, and he fulfilled the promise. And his plan to bring everlasting peace was far beyond anything that they could have imagined. Jesus introduced a new kind of peace, a deep peace that isn't dependent on circumstances or who's in power, what government is in rule, but on having a relationship with him. And in Matthew chapter 6, Jesus teaches us that we can't add a single hour to our life by worrying. And instead of focusing on our worries, we can focus on God's promise to bring peace. God bless you. Have a great day.